What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 18 of our HEXAGON challenge. And today I am back with the French national squad, continuing from where we left off last time out. If you missed it, go check it out. As always, it was a game against Holland. Today I'm actually going to do our first and last kind of games of the group stage. Technically it's our second and our last. I'm just saying first because it's the first of today. So yeah, a double header coming your way. I'm a poet again, didn't even know it. Norway and Poland, the two oppositions we are going to be taking on, both at neutral venues, both here in Spain of course. We lost that first game out 5-3. Today we go head to head against Norway, who won their first game. A loss here and we are out of the tournament completely, which would just be so bitterly disappointing. I'm hoping for a good performance from the team today. We've got a few players in need of rest. They're not getting rest, I'm afraid, boys. We need you for the group stage today. We're looking for good performances. I'm going to stick with the same team we played in the last match. I've had to go back to the US to do my club management stuff. I've come back now to Spain a few days later. I'm stood on the sideline here and I'm hoping for an improved performance. I'm going to tell the players I'm expecting a much better performance today. The players who need rest, their condition isn't too bad and their match fitness is okay, so I think they're going to be okay for this must-win game. If we need to drop some players, rotate them because of the fitness issue, I will do it next game against Poland. Poland lost against Norway, so I do consider Norway opposition that we do have to kind of take quite seriously. And when you look at their team, they've got players like Odegaard in their ranks. It's not going to be an easy game here. Whilst we didn't come into this competition necessarily as one of the favourites to do well, I would be pretty disappointed to go out not finishing at least second in our own group. Now, granted, Holland were the favourites to go through in our group, but regardless, it'd be disappointing to just not win a game and, well, not to win one of the more winnable games, I guess you could argue, such as the one here. Ideally, I think 6 points from the last two games is a minimum now, and if we can qualify for the semi-final, fantastic, but it's more a case of pride at this point, showing that we are a good side, that we do have good young players. And I'm definitely looking for the players to step up, as I said, today and be counted, because last time out it was poor. And we're actually on the attack here. Younger, options in the middle, back post, and Saint Maxime is there. Get the ball, my son. We might need a lot of goals. Now, the reason I say that is because obviously for finishing second in the group, out of the three groups, the winners go through, but then all the second place teams in each group, the one with the best kind of points total / goal difference goes through. Now, assuming there isn't a group where two teams both win games and then draw against each other, so they end up on 7 points, 6 points is a possible total that we'll need to go through. With 2 games left, 2 wins obviously would put us in a great position, but we do need to try and win these games if we can, by as many goals as we can, because that could certainly be a factor. I say this, of course, the primary objective has just got to be to win here. Norway just had a real opportunity, blocked away from the corner, perhaps an element of fortune in our favour there, but we live to fight another day. And looking at the stats, I mean, it's a pretty 50-50 game. There's not a load of chances going either way. We are now in the 37th minute. Norway just having a few extra shots. They've got a little bit into it, but we still hold our goal lead. And Saint Maxime, the goal scorer, was looking there like he was going to bear down the right-hand side. He might get another chance. Lissamba threads him in. Ball pings around in the box. Yamga finishes it, but it's offside. That didn't look offside, but apparently it was. Kevin Yamga, the Cameroonian who I convinced, come and play for the French under-21 squad. I know you've been playing for Cameroon's national side. Give us a chance. You're still eligible to play. Well, he scored there, but unfortunately he's offside. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy with their performance still. I mean, yes, we are 1-0 up here against Norway. Not a bad performance, but I wanted more of a response than what we've got at the moment. I mean, Norway have some fantastic youngsters and we have to take them seriously. But at the same time, this is a game that when I look at my squad and I can look at their squad and compare the two, yes, they might have a few kind of real stars in. Is it Ayer, A-J-J-E-R? I don't know how to pronounce his name. But also Odegaard. But with the exception of those players, we have the better squad. And, okay, we've just got a very fluky goal. Yamga's going to take credit there. I don't think you can take credit for that one, mate. If you miss that, definitely tab out your FMs for this. Ball goes back to the keeper, who goes to clear it, and it just hits Yamga and goes in. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I feel a little bit bad just watching that go in, but at the same time, Yamga's loving it. I'm loving it. 2-0 here. With half an hour gone, as I said, goal difference could be a factor. Goal difference could be something that we have to look towards. And, well, if we could get something here, that'd be fantastic. Yamga cleared away this time, but we might get the ball here. Diallo wins it. Samed to Fugini out wide. St. Maxime trying to make that run on. Cleared away, but Fulgim in the box. That looked offside again. I don't think it is this time. Kevin Yamga gets his second goal of the game in the space of, well, about 2 minutes. Goal in the 59th. What time was that goal? 57:28, and he got his next goal at 59:11. That is less than 2 minutes between the goals. I mean, more of the same here, please. If we get, 1 or 2 more. I don't want to be greedy, but a few more would be nice. It could help us massively. It would give us a lifeline, perhaps, going into the last game. Of course, it's worth reiterating the fact that 6 points may still not be enough. There is a chance, certainly, that there will be a team that ends up getting 7 points in total. And as a result, we wouldn't go through, which would be, well, annoying to say the least. But we just have to kind of do what we can do here. Although Norway on the attack shot, saved there by the keeper. It was a pretty tame effort in the end. I mean, looking at the stats here, we've not been miles better than Norway. We certainly haven't been, but we've taken the chances that have come our way. We've had a bit of an element of looking, actually, we're on the attack again here. St. Maxime, Fred through Yamga, looking for the hat-trick. It's a save there by the keeper. It was a good save as well. I think it was squeezing in at the near post. Ball whipped in and Horg going to collect it there. And, well, at the moment it's still 3-0, but you'd have to say, looking at what we're seeing in terms of highlights, we're looking for that fourth. We're looking for more. We want blood, and that's the kind of ruthlessness we need to have if we want to get through here. We've just got to do our utmost in this game and what's left of it and the next game to try and get through, and this is what we need to do. On the attack here, although cleared away, I kind of want to take Christ off. I feel like he's going to get sent off. I'm going to bring in Niakate. Sissoko also booked. I'm going to bring in Blin. And I think I might also bring on Olivier Nitcham, just in place of Lusamba. Get some fresh legs on. You'd have to say Yamga's had a fantastic game. Yes, he got fortunate with his first goal, but he has got an assist and another goal to his name. And if we can continue like this, I mean, I will be pretty happy. Although, nice save by the keeper. Although, oh, okay, I thought we'd just given away a penalty. We haven't. Panic over. It's actually a free kick in our favour. And a nice save there by the keeper. Norway with half a chance. And, well, the remaining time in this game has just trickled away oh so quickly. And, well, it looks like it's going to finish 3-0 here. But there might be a chance for a late goal. It's probably not going to be the case. But a good performance here. The kind of performance we needed. We've bounced back well from that kind of disappointing performance last time out. To concede 5 against Holland, unacceptable really. In this game, we've kept a clean sheet, which is good. We've scored 3 again. We are showing that we're capable of scoring. We just need to firm things up a little bit at the back. Of course, we will be taking on Poland in our next game. Poland v Holland is a game coming up. If Poland want to do us a favour and beat Holland, that would be really, really nice. And I'd be very grateful for that. Either that or, I guess if they could draw, that would be equally as good. That would still put us in an okay position, because Norway taking on Holland certainly wouldn't be an easy game. The game that we've got against Poland is coming up on the Friday. It's Monday now. Poland v Holland. Poland, do us a favour, please. You're 4th place in the group. Don't let me down. Please do something for us. Not got the best talent, probably a lot stronger. Holland, and actually looking at it, Holland are going to win 2-1 there, unfortunately for us. And I think that puts us in an unfortunate position where it's very, very unlikely we will go through in our group. I'm just going to check the rules here in terms of the league sorting. So it goes on goal difference, then goals scored, then results between teams. If we look at our group, I mean, we're not in a bad situation. If we win our game and Norway beat Holland, I mean, it's possible that we go through as winners of the group. I mean, that's very much kind of looking at ifs and buts, and yeah, it's a bit of a kind of situational one. We'll continue forward to this Poland one without doing a cut in between. I am making a few signings for New York. I mean, you guys will have to keep an eye out on them going forward, because, well, I'm not going to tell you a lot about them now. It's all a surprise. All a surprise. Right, confirm that squad. I'm going to have to change the squad a little bit because I've got a few more players coming in as well, which is kind of exciting. Lots of new names, lots of new faces. Hopefully some of them can have an impact. But yeah, you will see more about that next episode where we do our club episode. I mentioned it at the end of the last episode, but I'll just mention it again. I'd love to know what you guys think of the international management side of this save. Do you think it's something I should pursue and continue to do? I have contemplated the fact it might be time to move on from France kind of after this. But I'd be interested to know your guys' thoughts on the matter. So yeah, let me know. Is the international management, do you like these kind of as a change of pace? Do you think it's an unnecessary distraction to the HEXAGON? I don't know. Maybe after this tournament, we'll take a little bit of a break. We'll kind of sit back on things, see how we get on, you know, at club level. Going to try and keep my staff from leaving, and Marion actually decides that he doesn't want to go to doesn't want to go to New England Revolution, which is nice. Always nice when your staff members decide they don't want to leave the club. That's always quite what's the word? Reassuring. That's the word I'm looking for. Right. Going into this game against Poland, it's a bit of a weird scenario, I guess, because of the nature of a kind of free game group. Anyone can still win it at this stage. Certainly, the ball is not in our court in our own division, but we still are in a kind of position whereby we just have to do as well as we can. We just have to beat Poland. That's got to be the main aim to begin with. If we can win by a few goals, fantastic. You know, that could make a difference for us. But I mean, we've just got to take things one step at a time. We've just got to concentrate on our own game here. And yeah, we've got another player coming in on loan. I'm going to have to, you know, go through this squad. We've got lots of new players joining us, which is pretty exciting. We'll cover them more soon, I guess. And I won't do this auto-select thing quite so often, although actually thinking about it, I might have just wavered players by accident. Oh, that could be a problem. I'm hoping my assistant's done a good job of picking out the players. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, we'll go into this game. We'll see how we get on. Norway actually drawing with Holland, unfortunately. I did not realise that game was going to be played before our game. I believe that means that we can't now go through in our group, unfortunately, which is, well, disappointing to say the least. If we just have a look at our group, I think this puts Holland clear at the top. It does indeed. I mean, we have to win our remaining game just to get the highest placed second spot. If we win, we'd be on 6 points. Looking at Group B, that's the group that perhaps to be a little bit worried about. I'm not going to concern myself too much about kind of the being the kind of highest placed second place team. Ultimately, as I've said, and I will say again just to emphasise the point, we just have to win our game. We fucked up in the first game, pardon my French, but we screwed up in the first game, and it's now kind of on us to sort things out, I guess, and, well, you know, get things back on track, I guess you could argue. Anyway, we'll confirm our squad here. Got a few new players coming in. I'll give you a preview. Eduardo Zapata here, 19 years old, Costa Rican. I don't know why he's not got a club. He's just been released by, is it Saprissa? I have a feeling that they're quite a good team for producing regens. I've had quite a few good Costa Rican regens in the past. This guy, though, 19 years old, joining us on a free. Delightful. Only $190,000 a year as well, which is pretty below average, and he's a cracking left winger. Pretty happy with that. That's a little preview to get you excited next time out. But yeah, we're going to shift our focus now to the Poland game. Of course, next time out, it could be the semi-finals. We just don't know yet. We just have to kind of, do our thing here. We're taking on Poland, you know, in France, in Spain even. It's going to be a tricky tie. Unfortunately for us, Sissoko injured. My assistant wants to put in Dembele. Yamga is struggling a little bit and it is saying he needs a rest. It probably makes sense to drop him for a little bit here. I do want to make a change though. I'm going to bring in Olivier Nitcham to play centre attacking mid. Of course, Nitcham, a player who we had during our time in England last year in my Lewis FC save, which, I mean, if you haven't seen that save, go check it out, obviously. But he was a cracking player for us, and I'm hoping that he can do a job for us here. But yeah, I think this is the team we're going to go with. Part of me wants to play more Pai over Moussa Dembele, if I'm honest. I'm just going to do a quick comparison and make up my own mind. Okay, well, that is not an accurate comparison. It's pretty 50-50. Probably Morpie is better in terms of mentals and physicals, but he is lacking match fitness. So I'm going to go with Dembele, I think, to lead the line. Saint Maxime, Augustin, Nitcham, Benassia or Benassa or Benaka. It's Benassa sounds better, doesn't it? On loan from Arsenal. Looks like a good centre mid, so we'll go with him in the kind of defensive position. Pretty happy with the squad we've got here. Just got to try and give a good performance. Just got to go out there. I'm not even going to bring up the other kind of league tables. It seems pointless to do. I'm going to just tell the players we can potentially secure qualification. You know, ball is in your court. Go out there and make it happen. If you come out at the end of it and you've won and we don't go through, well, at least you did your best. At least we bounce back from that Holland game. If we lose this game, well, you've only got yourself to blame, really, boys. Let's get into it. 10 minutes gone, no chances, not the best start. You know, this is the kind of game where, if I'm being perfectly honest, I'd like to get an early lead and then just build upon it rather than, you know, that nervousness of either being behind or drawing for a large majority of the game. And actually, we need to defend here. Gora bringing the ball forward. Fortunately for us, that finish was absolutely awful by, I think it was Zawada, their striker there. So we've been let off the hook. That was a clear-cut chance, and now we have a set-piece whipped in, and that is going to be a penalty. We're Dutch, committing a foul, and it's going to be Moussa Dembele to take a run-up and try and score for us. Of course, he wasn't going to start this game, already on a booking, but can he get things off to a flyer? He can. Scores. 17 minutes gone. Nice goal for him. Delighted he's got that in. It would have been pretty full of regret, I think, if he'd missed that, particularly having had the option to change our strikers around, but it's a nice penalty. Just gets it, you know, low, hard, sends the keeper, well, the keeper goes the right way, but he just can't get there. It's hit that well. And that puts us a little bit kind of, you know, in control of this game. The players will start to relax perhaps just a little bit. In a good position now, you know. Okay, Dembele's picked up an injury and needs to be subbed off as soon as possible. I think it's going to be Yamga who we bring on, the Cameroonian. Unfortunately for us, Dembele going off injured. Hopefully that's nothing long term. We have got some fantastic striker options in Yamga and also Mopai, to be honest. But we'll go with this for now. And Yamga, the sub, linking up with Nitcham. Lots of blocks. It eventually finds its way in. It is 2-0 here. Olivier Nitcham getting the goal for us. Going to make it 2-0 here. And that was a pretty scrappy goal, if I'm honest. I think it was 3 rebounds here for Nitcham to get the goal. Not sure if Yamga will even be given the assist. It actually looks like it gets blocked by our own team twice there. But it eventually finds its way into the back of the net. The keeper, I'm really not sure where he was or what he was doing throughout all the rebounds and stuff. Not that I care, if I'm honest. It's 2-0 here. It's a fantastic first half performance. Looking at the stats, slightly less possession, but we've had a few chances. We've taken them. The penalty, of course, was pretty fortunate, I guess, to get it, but we've taken it. We've built upon that. Half-time here, it's going to be 2-0, and, well, if I was Poland, I'd be a little bit annoyed after, well, what was a pretty shocking first half for them, really. Looking at the stats, they did get a little bit into it towards the end of the half, so that's something worth kind of considering and certainly on my mind. You know, this tactic isn't, you know, impenetrable. We've got to remain kind of composed here. We can't afford to think that we've won, and, you know, if we can build upon this lead early, you know, get it to 3-0, that's perhaps the point where heads will start to drop for Poland. That's the point where their players stop, you know, perhaps putting in the same level of effort. And, you know, we can capitalise on it then. Going to make a change here. Ismail Benassa, who came into the side, hasn't performed too well. We're going to bring on Alexis Blin. Diallo is really, really struggling for fitness and is also booked. So I'm going to bring on Mukudi. So we are going with all 3 of our changes now after just 30 minutes. I'm hoping that we're not going to get any injuries now, although it's very much a football manager thing, as I'm sure you guys have experienced, for you to make all substitutions and then suddenly have an injury or a player gets sent off and you're left in a situation where perhaps, well, you regret using all your subs at once. But anyway, 10 minutes left here. If we could get 1 or 2 goals, that might be nice. You know, if goal difference is a factor, which it could be, they could be important. Unfortunately for us, it's not really been a great display from our attackers. I mean, I guess if we score 3 goals, suddenly I change my tune completely. But looks like here it is just going to finish 2-0. It's not a bad performance by any means. You know, it was always in control. It was never in doubt. And we've done what we can do. We got 6 points from our 2 games in this live com. And now it's just a case of sitting and waiting for the other groups to come out and see if we've done enough. So we'll skip forward here. Unfortunately for us, not all the kind of games are done on the same day, which is a bit of a pain. It looks like Fernando was put on the waivers, but he cleared them, which means he's a free agent. Actually, I'm not that mad about Fernando being dropped because of our new players we've got coming in. Bit annoyed. Well, I'm glad it wasn't one of our key players. Fisher also wavered there. That was me auto-selecting without actually reading what I was doing, which you should never do. But because I was doing a live com, I did it, and I need to make sure I don't do that again because it was an unnecessary risk. But yeah, Fernando cleared the waivers. Not a bad player, but 33 years old. I mean, he was okay for us if we just look at his stats. I actually think he contributed quite a lot, but he doesn't really fit my mould of the kind of players I want to be playing this year. So I'm not gonna lose sleep over his absence, and we have got a few new right backs in, so we're not lacking there. Jeff Fisher also wavered. He's a centre back. We've got plenty of those in our squad, and if we just look at the team here, we're not going to miss him. We're not going to miss him. Maybe the right wing could be a little bit of a problem, but we do have players there. You can kind of see, just I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but here we are. You can see we have quite a lot of players on kind of the higher edges of the wage kind of salary stuff. There is going to be a bit of a change in terms of the players registered. You can see our salary cap available is quite large. We're going to have to waiver a few players with the new signings coming in. But yeah, there is quite a lot of salary cap. Obviously, we have got quite a few new players coming in not too long, actually. But anyway, I'm going to be wrapping up this episode in just a second. I just want to find out what's happening with regards to the semi-finals of this competition and if we have a game to look forward to. So we are still waiting on Group B, but actually looking at it here, Spain are going to get that best second place spot because of their goal difference, unfortunately. We'll just continue to confirm it, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. A little bit of a disappointing end, I think, if that is kind of what happens here to our time at France. I think it is right to resign after this. I feel like getting this under-21s job, it's helped me immensely. I feel like, we've done a full international campaign in terms of the actual competition. But yeah, we're going to be knocked out. And well, you can see here, the team sprung no surprises as they failed to qualify, finishing second but attaining a credible 6 points. I mean, 6 points isn't bad, but it wasn't good enough, and I kind of knew it wasn't going to be good enough even after that first defeat to Holland. We had two pretty good kind of follow-up performances, I guess, but the issue really is that in this kind of competition, especially when there's only one team going through out of the 4 teams in the group, if you lose your first game, you're pretty much out to begin with, and unfortunately that's been the case here. But anyway, that is going to wrap up our time here as France manager. I am going to resign from France, if I can actually find the button to resign from the national job. We did a full campaign as France manager. It's a little bit sad perhaps to resign like we have. But at the same time, I do want to focus on the club side of things, at least for now. As I mentioned, we might look for a new national team job perhaps in the future. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up everything from me. Thank you so much for watching as always. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Next time around, we will be cracking on with our time here in MLS. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you've got any comments with regards to the national team job, any ideas for what I could do, leave them down in the comments. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.